So Apple recently announced the brand new AirPods Max 2, and pre-orders are actually open right now, with shipments being available as early as April 1st. This is the first real hardware upgrade to Apple's over-ear headphones since they originally launched back in 2020. Not a color swap or not a port change like we got in 2024, an actual meaningful upgrade with some new internals that bring you new features. So before you decide whether to put your money down, let's go through everything that's actually changed between the 2020 version and I guess the 2024 version to the brand new second generation AirPods Max. So let's start with the biggest change under the hood. The original AirPods Max, both 2020 and 2024, run on Apple's H1 chip. That chip is significantly older to some of the other products out there like AirPods Pro 2, which has had the brand new H2 chip for quite some time. So that's what's coming in this new model. Basically, a lot of the new features come down to the H2 chip. For starters, Active Noise Cancellation will be improved significantly with the help of the H2. Apple says the AirPods Max 2 deliver 1.5 times stronger noise cancellation than the original. If you've ever worn the first-gen AirPods Max on a plane or in a noisy office and thought that noise cancellation was already pretty good, well, it's now substantially better, so no complaints there for me. On top of that, transparency mode has also been upgraded. The original AirPods Max had very solid transparency. In fact, I often thought that a lot of other OEMs could not replicate transparency mode at all compared to Apple. But now with the H2 chip, transparency mode will process the ambient audio more naturally and with better clarity. But the real exciting additions are features that actually didn't exist at all on the original AirPods Max. So adaptive audio is a brand new mode for the new AirPods Max 2 that dynamically blends active noise cancellation and transparency mode together based on your environment. So if you're out walking down a quiet street or a loud truck drives by at that moment, the headphones will adjust in real time because it was once quiet, now it's loud. It does all that processing in real time and is able to make adjustments on the fly. Conversation awareness is also part of this new feature group. So when you start speaking to somebody, the AirPods Max 2 automatically lower your music volume, reduce noise cancellation, and boost the voices in front of you so that you can have a conversation without taking the headphones off. Now, as I mentioned, all of these features aren't new. They did exist on other products with H2. I don't love conversation awareness. Sometimes I feel like it gets it wrong, but it is nice to have at times. The part that usually needs a little bit more work is that when you stop talking, everything fades back to normal, and this does work, but it just takes a little longer than I would like. Now, this is one of the most requested features, however, from AirPod Pro users who have this feature already, and so now it is finally available on the over-ear model. Now, before we get into the rest of this video, I do want to take a quick minute to tell you more about today's sponsor, CleanMyMac. If you use your Mac every single day like I do, you know the goal isn't just speed, it's staying in the flow. Whether I'm exporting video, juggling way too many Safari tabs, or just finishing something late at night, the last thing I want is have my Mac slowing me down. That's why I've been using CleanMyMac. I think of it as a silent partner running in the background. It helps clear out system junk, old cache files, broken downloads, and duplicates so I don't have to dig through folders trying to figure out what's safe to remove. The SmartCare dashboard makes it simple, and features like Space Lens visually show you what's actually taking up storage on your Mac. There's also performance tools that reduce background strain when your Mac starts heating up or draining too fast, plus built-in malware protection powered by Moonlock. And the new My Activity feature lets you see how much space you've reclaimed over time, which is honestly pretty satisfying. It's not about obsessively cleaning your Mac, it's about removing friction so you can focus on what you're actually working on. Get tidy today, try 7 days for free, and use my code MacRumors20 for 20% off. Thanks CleanMyMac for sponsoring this video. Personalized volume is another new addition. It uses machine learning to understand your listening habits over time and then automatically adjust the volume based on your environment. So if you tend to crank the volume up on a noisy train but keep it lower at your desk, the headphones learn that pattern and start doing it for you. There's also loud sound reduction, which protects your hearing by dynamically lowering harsh or sudden loud sounds without killing the overall audio experience. And you also get voice isolation, which is huge for phone calls and FaceTime. It uses the H2 chip to isolate your voice from background noise so the person on the other end hears you clearly even if you're in a noisy environment. Apple has also added some new features that go beyond just audio. You get Camera Remote, which lets you use your AirPods Max 2 as a remote shutter for your iPhone camera, which is a small and I guess a useful addition if you need it. Live translation is the more significant one, however. With this, you can use AirPods Max 2 to translate conversations in real time, which is incredibly useful if you travel internationally. And Siri has also been improved. The original AirPods Max require you to say, "Hey," to activate the assistant. The AirPods Max 2 now just respond to Siri as well. So they support Siri interactions, which lets you privately respond to Siri announcements as well by nodding your head yes or no, in order to communicate with Siri and no longer need to speak to it. On the audio quality front, Apple says they've also added custom high dynamic range amplifiers and a new digital signal processing algorithm. The result is supposed to be improved spatial audio with better localization of instruments, more accurate and consistent bass response, and more natural sounding mids and highs. So obviously I haven't tested this yet, but when I do, I'll be able to report back on that and let you know if there really is a true audio quality difference. Hopefully there is. I am heavily anticipating there is going to be some improvements there. If you're an audiophile or someone who really pays attention to how music sounds, hopefully this will be a new improvement for you. You'll also get lossless audio still at 24-bit, 48 kilohertz over USB-C to USB-C cable, which is same as the 2024 USB-C refresh. And you can still create and mix audio in personalized spatial audio with head tracking over a wired connection. The AirPods Max 2 also feature what Apple calls studio quality recording, which is an upgrade from the basic audio recording on the older models. So hopefully those sound really good when you're on FaceTime calls, or maybe you want to use it for a podcast. You're jumping on and you don't have a mic, you can use your AirPods Max 2 mics, and hopefully they sound really good. Connectivity has been updated as well. So the original AirPods Max, both versions used 5.0. For Bluetooth, the AirPods Max 2 step up to Bluetooth 5.3, which brings reduced wireless audio latency. That means the delay between what's on your screen and what you hear in your headphones should be shorter. If you watch a lot of video content or play games with your AirPods Max, this is a very good improvement. You'll still get ultra-low latency latency over a wired USB-C connection as well. Now let's talk about what hasn't changed, because this also matters, and a lot of people have been asking, and no, the design has not changed. It is still the same. The weight's the same, the battery life appears to be the same, the headband design, which has been a point of criticism since day one, and also a bit outdated, has not been changed. The case situation, which a lot of people have strong feelings about, myself included, also appears to be unchanged. There is no power button. It still has to go in the low power state on its own by using the case. So these are things that you need to know. The AirPods Max 2 still uses USB-C, which, obviously was refreshed in 2024 to have USB-C, and the price is still $549, which is unchanged. The color options are Starlight, Midnight, Blue, Purple, and Orange, which are the same as the 2024 USB-C models. So let's break down who should actually pre-order these. If you're still rocking the original 2020 AirPods Max with the Lightning port, it's a pretty clear upgrade. Your headphones are over 5 years old at this point. You're missing out on USB-C, lossless wired audio, the H2 chip, adaptive audio, conversational awareness, etc., all the things that I just talked about. That's a pretty massive gap. So if you've been waiting for a reason to upgrade, this is definitely it. If you bought the 2024 USB-C refresh, which was about 2 years ago, so anytime between 2 years ago to now, I guess it gets a little trickier. I mean, that model was essentially the same as the 2020 version. You just got a new port and some new colors. So you'll already have the USB-C and lossless wired audio, but the question comes in whether the H2 chip features are worth another $549 to you. And honestly, if it's worth it to go from the Lightning one, then I think it still applies here. You get improved noise cancellation, adaptive audio, conversation awareness, personalized volume, voice isolation, live translation, and reduced wireless latency. These are all genuinely useful additions. But if you're still happy with how your current pair sounds and performs, then you might want to wait for when these are on a discounted price. So let me know in the comments down below. Are you planning on picking up a pair? Are you coming from the Lightning version back in 2020 or the USB-C model from 2024? Let me know in those comments down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.